Hey, KZOOMers.
KZOOMers.
The KZOOMer congregation.
Super congregation. So we're so happy to see you.
Yeah.
We'll just take a look around the KZOOM room. And I was so happy to see that Ziva Lev is back with her mom.
Sophia and Miriam Rose. We missed you.
I missed you. We've been chanting to for her whole life.
Yep.
So the theme for this week's KZOOM has to do with sending and being sent and what that means, and the inspiration. It comes from the Song of Songs, and that says, my beloved calls to me. So just to say, my beloved calls to me, that there's something, there's a calling, there's something happening. There's an energy of God through this world calling each of us. And then that call turns into ascending. And it says, it's kind of an instruction that if you want to respond to that call, really, it says arise. First of all, you have to kind of raise your vibration. Kumi Lach. Rayati is to come into a relationship of friendship with our life and the world, with a kind of like a non-contentious, sort of let go of the argument for a minute and come into that friendship. Rayati, yafati, know your beauty. Arise, my friend, my beautiful one. And then maybe you can hear this, what's being said, which are the words Lach. And Lach, the commentators on this verse really connected back to Abraham, who was told, Lach lecha, go forth from everything that you know, everything that that's familiar to you, and step in to what you don't yet know, to a land that I will show you, but you got to go. And and some other commentators, like me, see those words Luchi Lach, and I say it's not only about going forth, it's really about going to yourself. And I can translate those words, go to yourself. And as I was thinking about doing this chant with you tonight, I was thinking about how this pandemic is kind of going on and on and on, and that I need to,
Oh my God.
I need to kind of surrender to what's possible. And what's possible at this time of pandemic is really an opening up to the inner life, because a lot of the outer life is a bit shut down, but the inner life, there has a possibility of really blossoming, really opening, really going there. And so what I think this verse is saying is like, take this journey to your truest self. Take this journey to your God spark. Take this journey to this place of direct knowing of God, which you can only find by going within. And when you do that, the outer world will become a reflection of that journey, but it doesn't have to sort of grab you and have you be a victim of it. And so this direction of Kumi Lach, I want to take it as ascending. And so we who are here as messengers of the divine also get to send each other, and we send each other by seeing into the past the facade of personality and what's on the surface of things, seeing into some potential that is there, and we want to say, go for it. I can see who you are. Go to yourself. And to me, that's kind of like the ideal of relationship, is that we are sending each other
To our best selves.
to a mystery, yeah, to a journey inward, which is, at this moment in time, this is the journey we are asked to take, because and I keep there's this whole kind of thing of like thinking the pandemic's over and I can start going out, and I keep the message is no, not yet. And so I want to see what is open for me. What journey can I take? Because I am a journeyer. Mm-hmm. So what journey can I take? And what is it? And how am I being sent? And maybe this time is really saying to us, go to yourself, go on that journey to your own depths, to your own truth. So I want to chant these words and also hear these words, respond to them in the sense of rising up inside us and knowing our beauty and knowing and becoming friends with our lives, and then hearing that direction, go to yourself. So we'll I was thinking we'd chant it for a little while and sort of like let it live inside us so we really hear it. And then at some point we can open our eyes and we can chant this to this circle of squares here.
Kumi Lach, rayati, yafati. Kumi Lach, rayati, yafati. Kumi Lach, rayati, yafati. Kumi Lach, rayati, yafati. Kumi
Now we can open our eyes and find someone to chant to, sending them.
Kumi Lach, rayati, yafati. Kumi Lach, rayati, yafati. Kumi Lach, rayati, yafati. Kumi Lach, rayati, yafati.
Close your eyes and feel yourself sent. And with the next breath, just take a journey within. Imagine finding this pathway towards the inner realms, feeling the doors open, feeling the force of that sending from this community, and from the beloved. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes, but maybe still kind of sense that depth within that is that you're being sent to. And so when I was really contemplating this idea of being sent, I felt like what I was being sent to is the capacity to know God directly, to have an intimacy with the beloved, and it's interesting that because it's been my my argument with I'm thinking about Christmas coming, like I'm feeling the holiday of Christmas coming, and it's been my argument with Christianity was I always want to say I want to go direct. I don't want to go through anybody. I want to go direct to God, and I actually think that the Jewish prophet Jesus was saying just that, that we all can do that, and when he was saying through me, it was through that capacity, that God spark within us, that we encounter the divine, and that we all need to do it. He's not going to do it for us. Nobody's going to do it for us. It's like we are going to open up to that quality of seeing the divine. And so I was reading something from this book by Deepak Chopra that's called, I think it's called How to Know God. and I just wanted to read this one teaching by him because he was sort of seeing that like now we're ready, now we're ready to do that. He said, after centuries of knowing God through faith, we are now ready to understand divine intelligence directly. In many ways, this new knowledge reinforces what spiritual traditions have already promised. God is invisible and yet performs all miracles. God is the source of every impulse of love. Beauty and truth are both children of this God. In the absence of knowing the infinite source of energy and creativity, life's miseries come into being. In the absence of knowing the infinite source of energy and creativity, life's miseries come into being. Getting close to God through a true knowing heals the fear of death, confirms the existence of the soul, and gives ultimate meaning to life. I'll say that again. Getting close to God through a true knowing heals the fear of death, confirms the existence of the soul, and gives ultimate meaning to life. So I was so intrigued with this idea of coming close to God, of drawing close to God. And I came across this line in Psalm 73, which really says that everything that is good arises out of this impulse to be close, to come close to God, to know God directly. And what it says is, as for me, va'ani, kirvat Elohim, this drawing near to God, this closeness to God, li tov, it is so good for me. And this is what I've been chanting all week, and really wanting to step onto that path and to spend my days drawing close to God, and sort of grokking, like what does that mean to draw close to God, but just to have that intention. And so I've been walking out in the woods, singing this chant. And for those of you who are shrooting, it's an F sharp and a B that will shroot to, and it's like when I say Vani, so the first line says Vani, and I come into myself, and then I taste that kirvat Elohim, so that closeness to God. And then I say, Litov. Oh, that feels good. That's good for me. I know. That's how I want to live my life. It feels good for me. And then I say it again. I say, Vani kirvat Elohim Litov. And this time when I say it's good for me, it's like, oh yeah, it's really good for me. Litov. And so I want to say it again. Vani. And then I begin to sort of celebrate that closeness. Kirvat Elohim Litov Vani. And then I come in for a landing. Kirvat Elohim Litov. So I want to chant these words to affirm this goodness, and my sense is that it takes that coming close to God takes lots of different forms, but what it has is this kind of intention inside me, or direction that I'm bringing myself to in each moment. It's like, oh, that's the thing that's good for me. And many of the other distractions in my life are actually not as good for me. So I'm really kind of affirming this direction. And so let's try it. And to do it like a journey, like we're stepping towards that truth, a little bit closer, and then, oh yes, this is good. And so I call this practice my good, which is different than my bad, I guess. My good. So this is my good. Vani kirvat Elohim Litov 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 Vani
kirvat Elohim lito ani, 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 kirvat Elohim lito.
So we are being sent to what is good for us. That place of closeness to God. And the way that I was experiencing that closeness to God this week was a kind of feeling like getting my small self out of the way and opening to what is beautiful, what touches me, kind of letting it in, becoming vulnerable to it, and sort of being, open to that kind of subtlety, and really just having that intention. The intention, I think, to keep myself focused on what is important and what matters. There's a line from Mary Oliver that says, "Let me keep my mind on that which matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished."
That's our work.
That's our work.
That's the best. That's great.
Our work is to learn how to stand still and to learn how to be astonished. And so I think that the amazing thing about this work is that we do it in relationship. We do it together. We are sent by each other, and there is a kind of, the ideal, that I'm being pointed to is a kind of, what I'm calling spiritual friendship, where we are sending each other through this kind of perception, like I'm not going to accept just the surface of you. I am connecting myself to your journey as well, sending you. So I was sort of just looking at this, how important this idea of spiritual friendship is. And I want to do a chant that is called an oath of friendship. But just want to bring you this one teaching from Anais Nin that I love. She says, each friend represents a world in us, a world not born until they arrive. And it is only by this meeting that a new world is born. Each friend and each of you here, represents a world in us, a world not born until they arrive. And it is only by this meeting that a new world is born. So I love that sense that there are worlds inside me waiting to be born when I meet you. And by meet you, I mean really meet. Meet in that place, in that field that Rumi talks about. Which is beyond all of the differences. Yeah. So in the book of 1 Samuel, there is a story of David and Jonathan, who are sort of become a kind of a model of spiritual friendship between them, and now I keep forgetting who said this to whom, whether David said it or Jonathan said it, but they say this to each other. They, as a kind of an oath to really give form to what this friendship is, or what any true friendship is. And really saying that the true friendship is one that calls in the divine presence between you and the other. And that it's, that's the quality of our love for each other really, really invites in that presence. Here, Hinay Yah, here is God, Bayni uvencha, between you and I. And the nature of that, of that presence is ad Olam. It's a foreverness. Even though it seems like everything dies away, we do it in the context of this ad Olam, this sense of the infinite that is between us. So I wanted to chant this, and there are these movements to it that I do, and Rachmel and I will do it together. But that movement that when I say, let's just say it's Hinay. I say Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. And what I'm doing with my hand is I'm tracing a figure 8, which is an infinity sign, and saying that there is something, here is the infinite between us. Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. And then when I say Ad Olam, I lift up my hands and I make a kind of a very large container, Ad Olam. And so I say, Ad Olam, Ad Olam. So here in this spiritual friendship, what I want to do for the other is that I want to hold them in a very, very large container. Give them a sense of the divine holding them. And I am the messenger of that divine flow. And holding them in that Ad Olam place, until that forever place. But it's like the idea is, and I want us to be able to do this practice, not just with humans, but with other beings as well. I want to be able to do this with animals, with trees, with clouds, with the earth. I want to feel myself that between me and whatever the other is, there is, through my holy attention, there is some kind of divine force that is invited in between us. And I think what a great way to live, to be able to do that with everything, I'm picturing you doing this with the ocean. Like, whoa, that's pretty intense.
Yeah. That would be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, the God is there between us. And so there's this kind of, relational thing. Like when I really meet someone, then the presence of God, appears. And that's really how that closeness happens. So we can try this with each other, and we can try this, with everything. And you can even close your eyes and imagine who you want to do it, who or what you want to do it with. And we'll call in this oath of friendship. So we'll do it together first, and then we'll do it. We can do it as a round here.
Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. Ad Olam, Ad Olam. Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. Ad Olam, Ad
Olam.
Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. Hinay Yah Bayni uvencha. Ad Bayni Uvencha. Hinay Yah Bayni Uvencha.
Hinay Yah Bayni Uvencha. Hinay Yah Bayni Uvencha.
Hinay Yah Bayni Uvencha. Hinay Yah Bayni
Okay, KZOOMers, we just made an oath.
Pact between us. Among
Between us. As long as God is between us, we are connected. Wow. How'd that feel, everybody? Yeah.
Oh, great.
So I want to do one more practice that's about sending. And this is from the prophet Isaiah, who hears these words from that divine presence that says, who shall I send? And who's going to go for us? And then something rises up from deep within the prophet, and the prophet in us, that says,
Here I am.
here I am. Send me.
Send me.
And so it's, it's sort of saying like that, that God is saying in this world, that divine presence is in a way searching for who's going to take this journey. Who is going to really focus in on that which really matters. And whoever it is, I think there's a blessing in that, and being able to say, Hin'ni shelacheni, is such a wonderful feeling. To kind of aspire to get rid, to aspire to this unambivalent, surrender to, to what's being asked of me in this moment. And it's different for each of us. It's like, we each have our own particular way that we are sent.
Right.
And
or deployed, as Reb Zalman used to say.
Yeah.
We're deployed in different ways.
But you can't go unless you take that of that stance to be able to say, Hin'ni.
Here I am.
Here I am. Okay, here I am.
Send me.
And like Lech Lecha, we don't always know where we're being sent, but the first thing is just to be willing to be responding. And there is this kind of way of living where I'm just responding to each moment. You know, it's like, it's really hard to make plans. But I can like be attentive to this moment and responsive, and to be able to say to God in this moment, here I am. Send me, meaning like I'm ready to be able to be responsive, really, to the truth of this moment, like what's being called for right now. And I'm not just going to look around and say, well, would somebody else go this and do this? You know, it's like, oh, here I am. This is, you know, I've lived my whole life in preparation for this moment to be able to stand up and to be able to say, okay, here I am. Send me. So I thought we would do this as our final practice. And sometimes what I'll do with this chant is there's a question and there's an answer. And until you're ready to say that Hin'ni, just keep staying. You can keep staying with the question and hearing the question, receiving the question. You know, whom shall I send? Et mi eshlach. Umi yelech lanu. And the idea, and I love that idea that we're not just going for God or for ourselves. It's like each of us is going for everyone. Is saying I'm in service to the wholeness of life. So we'll see if we can go to hear that question.
Et mi eshlach, umi yelech lanu. 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 Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni. Et mi eshlach, umi yelech lanu. 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 Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni. Et mi eshlach, umi yelech lanu. 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 Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni, Hin'ni shelacheni. Et mi eshlach, umi yelech lanu. Kumi Lach lanu. Hin'ni eshlach. Kumi Lach lanu. Hin'ni eshlach. Kumi Lach lanu. Hin'ni eshlacheni. Hin'ni eshlacheni. Hin'ni eshlacheni. Hin'ni eshlacheni. Hin'ni eshlach. Kumi Lach lanu. 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 Hin'ni eshlacheni. Hin'ni eshlacheni. Hin'ni eshlacheni. Hin'ni eshlacheni.
So I invite you again to open your eyes and feel like this KZOOM community holding each other, sending each other.
Wonderful faces.
So yeah, so I so look forward every week to being with you and keeping my mind on what matters, really. And so again, I invite you come to the website, give a little donation in honor of what you have received, and check out all the different things, all the other resources on the website, which Aaliyah does such a good job of holding.
Gosh.
We want to thank her.
You are blessed forever. We love you so much. Thank you.
And to say that there are still a couple spots open for the Soul Lift retreats
Tampa.
that in Tampa.
Right.
So you can look for that if you feel called or sent to do some of this deeper work of retreat, and